attending the 10th annual Vigil on the Common. My name is Carmen Lucchese. I'm the president of a local nonprofit called Justin's Voice that my wife Marie, my sons Joseph and Matthew, and my daughter Taylor started in 2015, shortly after the passing of our son and brother Justin Scott Lucchese. We are here tonight to honor our loved ones who have left us way too soon and to pray for those who are in recovery. I'd like to thank Mayor Kincannon for his support in hosting this vigil of remembrance, my family, and all the volunteers and board members from Justin's Voice. I would also like to thank Woburn Fire, Police, and EMTs in our city that work tirelessly to ensure our community is a safe place to live. I would also like to thank the DPW for making sure that everything on the Common is perfect. From the purple lights and flags which adorn this Common and City Hall to providing support. Thanks also go out to Lauren Coleman from the Woburn Public Media Center for taping this book for broadcasting on the local access channel. Special thanks to Bob Davis, Veteran Service Officer, for lowering the flags to half-staff in honor of all those who have left us way too soon. A special thanks go out to Mackenzie Diezik, who is the Assistant to the Mayor as the Substance Use and Mental Health Coordinator for the City of Woburn. Mackenzie started her position in early 2024 and has made an immediate impact in bringing awareness to the growing issue of SUD and mental health in the city, working with many groups within the city and finding resources for those who need it most. As you can see this year, we have so many resources here thanks to Mackenzie's coalition. She meets with them monthly to address issues and provide access to these important resources that are so desperately needed. Tonight we have 9 of these agencies here. Insight Recovery, Clearview Wellness, The Arc, Bedrock, Guidelight Health, Power of Recovery, Aftermath Recovery, David Hunt, Healthcare Resource Centers, and Middlesex Recovery. I would also like to thank all the city councilors and school committee members for their continued support of this event, and thanks to Rich Haggerty, our state rep, for his work representing our great city. At this time, Mayor Kincannon would like to say a few words. Mike.
Thank you, Tom. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Thank you for being here tonight. It's a special and significant and somber night, but it's important that we do this. We gather tonight for 2 really important reasons. Number 1, to remember those we've lost and to comfort the families, but also to pledge our continued efforts to do what we can to help those who continue the fight and to try to find services to assist those in need. As Carmen said, I'm assisted each day in my office actually by several special people. 2 are with us tonight. Samantha Stone is here, who handles community outreach for us, and Mackenzie Diezik is here as well, our substance misuse and mental health coordinator. And I'm really proud of what we've been able to put in place in the last year and a half. We knew when we started that it's not really something that a small community like Woburn can tackle all by itself overnight. But we knew that there were plenty of resources out there, and there were a whole lot of people who wanted to help. And the way we thought we could help was trying to knit all of that together and try to serve as a hub. So when someone's in need and they come to us, we can refer them to somebody who can actually help them. And it's amazing to me the progress that's been made in a little over a year, probably 15 months. And the credit goes to Mackenzie and to Samantha primarily, but they're supported as well by the people you see behind us, members of city government, but also the different entities that step up every single day to try to help. And I can tell you they are helping. They're actually helping. There was a time when perhaps if you came to City Hall in need of some particular service, I know they wanted to help, but there wasn't a lot they could probably do. But what we've been able to accomplish just in a year and a half is knit together that web of services into a strong net that's available to people in need. We've established a location over in East Woburn, the Community Resource Center, that serves as a hub, and it's thriving. I encourage you to check it out and partake if you think you can benefit from it. The other thing I'm particularly proud of, it's something that Mackenzie started in the last few months, and I don't want to steal her thunder. She may want to be talking about this when she has the mic, but I'm so proud I want to talk about it. It's the notion of a situation table. And what we do is we gather together all of these experts, these and others, including our police and our fire and other people in city government. They gather together once a week, and they talk about the cases that actually exist. When I say cases, I mean people. People in our community who are struggling, and they're perhaps at the breaking point, and we feel like something bad is about to happen. They present those cases, and each of the people around the table, they raise their hand, and they say, I can help. And then we knit together this smaller web, case by case by case, to help those people in need. So those situations are presented, those cases are presented, but more importantly, those people are helped. So that's what we're trying to do, and we're inspired by those who have led the charge in the past and continue to lead it now. We're inspired by all the good works, their awareness, the events like this. So I say thank you. I say thank you to Carmen and Marie and the many others who keep this alive, keep the momentum going forward, and again, inspire us to do our part. So tonight, we celebrate and we recommit to the effort to help people. But as I said in the beginning, we also pause to remember those we've lost and to let their families know that we stand with them. So I thank you, and it's my honor as the mayor to read a proclamation. So, in the city of Woburn and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, by His Honor Michael P. Concannon, a proclamation. Whereas International Overdose Awareness Day is recognized globally on August 31st to raise awareness about the risks of overdose, to honor the individuals whose lives have been lost, and to acknowledge the grief felt by families, friends, and the community. And whereas the substance use crisis in America has had a devastating impact on communities, including Woburn, it is essential that we equip our community with resources and the support needed to prevent the fatal consequences of substance misuse and to provide access to prevention, intervention, treatment, and recovery services. And whereas overdose awareness is a stark reminder of the harm that drugs inflict on our society, it is a time to remember those who have fallen victim to overdose, as well as those who have come out of the dark hole victorious, with the help and support of loved ones and friends by their side. And whereas overdose awareness also aims to reduce the stigma attached to the issue, most of which is faced by the families of the victims, and many who are not aware of the factors behind overdose and unfairly blame the victims. We also recognize the grief felt by families and friends, remembering those who have died as a result of drug overdose. Now, therefore, I, Michael P. Concannon, Mayor of the City of Woburn, do hereby call this observance to the attention of all citizens of Woburn, and ask you to please take a moment to remember those we have lost and those battling to overcome addiction. Given under my hand and the seal of the City of Woburn, this 28th day of August, 2025, signed proudly, Michael P. Concannon, Mayor. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor Concannon. I would now like to introduce Mackenzie Pizik. As I stated earlier, Mackenzie is the assistant to the mayor as the substance use and mental health coordinator for the City of Woburn. Mackenzie?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Mackenzie. I'm the Mental Health and Substance Use Coordinator for the City of Woburn. First, I want to thank you all for being here tonight. whether you're here in memory of someone you love, in support of those still with us, or as an advocate for change, your presence is powerful. We come together tonight not only to remember the lives of those lost to overdose, but also to recognize the resilience of our community. Each candle we light is more than a symbol. It's a reminder that every life has value, that every person's story matters, and that our work is far from over. As the city's substance use and mental health coordinator, I see firsthand the faces behind the statistics. These are parents and children, friends and neighbors, people with dreams, people with talent, people with potential, and people who should still be here today. This crisis touches every corner of our city. It does not discriminate by age, background, or neighborhood. And it's not a moral failing. It's a public health emergency deeply connected to mental health, trauma, and systematic barriers to change. Our city is committed to improving access to treatment and support for everyone. But this work is not just for agencies and professionals. It belongs to all of us. Every conversation that reduces stigma, every check-in with a friend, every effort to learn about naloxone or to save life, or for safe use, saves lives. A few weeks ago, I was visiting a local substance use program and I met a man who had been in recovery for just over a year. He told me, "I've been to more funerals than birthdays lately, but I'm still here because someone didn't give up on me." That stuck with me. His story is a reminder that while loss is heavy, hope is still alive, and every person we help to see another birthday is a victory worth fighting for. Tonight is about grief, but it's also about hope. We know that recovery is possible. We know that treatment saves lives, and we know that compassion and connection are some of the most powerful tools that we have. To those in the crowd who are in recovery, we see you. We honor your courage, and we're so glad that you're here. To the families who have lost someone, we hold your grief with you, and we commit to turning that pain into action. Tonight is a reminder that we're stronger when we stand together, that compassion is not a weakness, but a strength, and that every single one of us has the power to make a difference. Tonight we stand in memory of those we have lost, in support for those who are still fighting, and in commitment to a future where fewer candles are lit in sorrow and more are lit in celebration. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Mackenzie. As I stated earlier, we gather here tonight to remember those who have left us far too soon and to pray for those that are fighting some type of addiction. We are also here to support each other. We have joined a fraternity that no one should ever have to be part of. Mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, grandparents, and friends have all been affected by this epidemic. I have felt your pain, your anger, your sorrow, heartache, and every other possible emotion. Each one of us here tonight knows someone who has either lost their battle or is continuing to fight to survive another day. For those of you who have lost a loved one, my heart goes out to you and your family. And for those who have someone who is battling addiction, I pray that they will beat their demons. I understand how you feel when you lose someone in this manner. This isn't supposed to happen. We all understand that death is part of us, the cycle of life, but we are losing a whole generation. Anytime someone dies a tragic death, it is horrible. You feel like you've had your heart ripped out. You don't know who to turn to, who to talk to, or what to do. You hear the whispers, you suffer in silence because even today you feel that it's taboo to talk about it. Do not feel ashamed about what has happened or what is happening to your loved ones. If people can't understand and show some compassion, then move on from them, as they will only drag you down. You are not alone. There are so many families today that are going through what you are. Don't be afraid to talk about it. I found that being open about what Justin was going through helped me. It will never make the sorrow or heartache go away, but talking about the one you have always loved unconditionally makes me feel that he is still with me, not in a physical sense, but spiritually. I have been very fortunate to have a great support system. People who care about me and my family, people who understand the pain and suffering that you live with every day. First, my family means everything to me. Without their support and my support for them, I do not think I would be able to stand up here today and to speak to you about this horrible scourge. Secondly, I have so many friends that have supported us in our time of need, without question, without disdain for what our son and family were going through. Third, and I will always believe this, is the community of Woburn. When Justin passed away, it seemed that the whole city was there to support my family and me, and they still are today. This was one of the reasons that we started Justin's Voice, to give back to the community, to educate, and to dispel the stigma that is attached to addiction today. As these friends were there for me and my family, Justin's Voice is there for you. Our motto is family helping families. I have met many great individuals over the past 10 plus years who have been there when I needed them. I have joined online support groups, not only here but across the country. Just having the ability to talk to others who are experiencing the same things that we are, to reach out and have someone to talk to, is sometimes good therapy. There are some great support groups here in our community who are there to help. There are organizations that will help you in your time of need. Don't isolate yourself. Ask for help. I know it's hard, and we miss them terribly. I'd be lying if I said I didn't think about my son every day, because I do. A sound, a smell, a song, and any of these things bring back memories of a better time where things were so much simpler. For those of you who have someone that is struggling with addiction, don't give up. I know that there is a fine line between helping and enabling. Reach out for help. You can't do it alone. As you can see here tonight, there are 9 organizations trying to help, and there are so many more out there. When Justin was going through his struggles with addiction, resources were limited. It was hard to get him the help that he needed. Today, there are so many organizations out there that want to help, and for the right reasons. In closing, remember, we need to be there for each other, if only to be the shoulder that someone needs to lean on. And if you're not sure what to do or who to turn to, you can always reach out to me and my family through justinsvoice.org, and one of us will get back to you. Thank you, and God bless you all. At this time, we will read the names of those in recovery and those who have lost their battle with substance disorder. When we first started this vigil, there were approximately 150 names. Tonight, we will be reading over 400 names. These are more than just names on a page. They are someone's son, daughter, mother, father, uncle, aunt, or friend. We read these names so that their families will know that their loved one is being remembered. So if you give me 1 second.
Tiffany Albert, Billy Alahunas, Austin Anderson, Maria Andrews, Justin Ard, Sal Azarito, Francis Belageron, Jeffrey Walsh Berea, Jeff Bark, Michaela Barry, Marlene Battle, Nick Dean, Timothy Michael Bennett, John M. Baranowski, Jr., Colton Berg, Anthony Berlandi, Jr., Sabrina Best, Katie Beavis, Danny Bilbrey, Aisa Blaze, Carrie Ann Blampy, Joey Blanchett, Michael Blasey, Justin Bonilla, and Robert James Borelli.
Michael Bourne, Dane Michael Brandon Grenando, Mike Ray, Jason Brody, Jesse Brown, Robert Runge, Christopher Buckley, Teresa Buckley, Sean Bullen, Susan Burns, Roy Burrell, Joey Buscani, Michael Busick, Jeremy Camillo, Devin Candelari, Patty Capers, Allison Capola, James Carlson, Joseph Carney, John Babacata, Brian Carter, John Michael Caruso, Kyle Casey, Martina Marico Catania, Christopher Chase, Timmy Christmas.
Christopher Clark, Amber Marie Cleveland, Jessica Clifford, Rebecca Clifford, Daniel J. Clifford III, Ariel Clune, Dennis Codgers, Daniel Cogan, Tyler James Colleton, Ricky Collins, Derek Colston, Paul Connolly, Jillian Contardo, Matthew Conti, Nicole Nikki Cook, Nathan Cook, Joseph Cortez, Sam Costa, Tommy Costa, Nick Costanza, Andrew Craig, Bo Jason Crocker, Mike Crotty, Michael Cruz, Dennis Cruz, Christopher Kaminsky.
Eric Sear, Chris DeCosta, Julian Delpy, Matthew Davis, Dylan Days, Elma Deck, J.D. DeSico, Kyle DeCostas, Pat Delaney, Joseph Michael DeLuca Jr., Alicia Marie DeMarco, Ariana Marie DeMarco, Kenneth James Dion, Brian D. Simone, Maureen D. Simone, Patrick Devine, Kyle Devine, Eric Paul Diamond, Kevin Diddick, Nicholas DeMella, Sonny Diodato, Courtney DiPietro, Christian Deshawn, Royale Deshawn, Joey Dominici, Tommy Donahue.
Patrick Donovan, Stephen Doucette, Shaylee Shea Downs, Owen Duffy Jr., Alyssa E. Dunn, Alyssa Dunn, David Dunn, Jason Doonan, Mark Dunning, Brian Durrance, Nicole Marie Dutra, Jason Michael Earl, Brett Eisenhower, Kelsey Grace Endicott, Jason Erickson, Daniel Espinosa, Jesse Everett, Derek Fall, Christopher Fazikis, Chris Ferrara, Scott Ferreira, John J. Firamonti, Jen Finn, Joseph Patrick Finn, James Jimmy Stephen Fitzgerald, Marshall Flack.
Anthony Flera, Brian Foley, Kelly Foley, Alex Forster, Anthony Forte, Dylan Freeman, Donald Fuller, Mark Gagney, Alex Galatro, Joshua Galutro, John Gamez,
Teddy Gannon, Michael Gardner, Jay Garrity, James R. Jimmy Gately, Christopher Giannakopoulos, Matthew Genetti, Chris Gino Genovese, Malone Gillard, Ryan Gillespie, Ryan Gilligan, Devin Gerard, Josh Giroux, Naomi Goldstein, Manny Gonzalez, and Robbie Goodell.
Jennifer Gorham, Aaron Gorman, Kristen Gustafson, Zachary Guys, Ruth Hawk, Jordan Nadir Haddad, Will Hagelbach, Dustin Hahn, Ryan Harrington, Thomas Hart, Ruth Hawk, Michael Hawko, Samantha R. Hayes, Jeff Haggerty, Kyle Henry, Lenny Hansis III, Jason Hersey, Diane Hesketh, Ashley Erin Higson, Richard Hiltz, Amandy Hochter, Ian Hodgman, Crystal Hogan, Michael Holden, Dan Holt, Joshua Howard.
Luke Howard, Mary Howell, Paul Howell, John Howard, Joseph J. Herkett, Alex Jackson, Stephanie Jesse, Jason Javoli, Sean Jewell, Kelly Catherine Johnson, Matt Johnson, Thomas Johnson Jr., Rob Johnson, Matthew Joyce, Samantha Lynn Keegan, Sheila Bauer Keene, Justin Kelleher, Jared Kenny, Ashton Kean Cohen, Justin Andrew Carly Kerner, Sean Kitchen, Richard Kiley, Gregory King, Donnie Knight, Josh Kalansky, Chip Cody.
Benjamin Kozlowsk, Christina Kukla Sulia, Tim Landers, Ron Langlis, John Lapierre, Christopher Lapsley, Dave Laveri, also known as Elmo, Judy Lobel, Mike Lavalley, Chris Law, Kai Joel Letty, Jeffrey Lembo, Luke Leonard, Alex Tot Lassier, David Lind, Jason Lomastro, Keith Lombardi, Mike Lovell, Michael Lovell, Mark Lovell, Kathy Lovango, Justin Scott Lucchese, Jimmy Lynch, Joshua MacArthur, Robert McDonald, Jason McKean, Trevor Dean Mailer.
Jimmy Maloney III, Derek Marsden, Cassandra Maroney, Jeanette Marson, Matthew Massaconi, Aaron Matos, Ryan Mon, Angel McCabe, John McCall, Colleen McCarthy, Kevin McCarty, Charlene McLean, Tommy McCool, Eric Mark McDonald, Matthew Mac McDonough, Timothy John McGowan, Samantha McGrath, Justin McRae, Paul P. Meehan Jr., Matthew Benjamin Mello, Brandy Lynn Mello, Matthew Malone, Joseph Anthony Vimo, Corey Merrill, Sean Merrill.
Patricia Messina, Curtis Ryan Miller, Michael Matrano, Tracy Molinari, Kenny Molly Jr., Hayden Moreau, Arthur Morgan, Adam Morse, Polly Mullen, Sean Mullen, Brian Murphy, Corey James Murphy, Michael Musselman, Lisa Nadella Splain, Taylor Nelson, James Michael Nooner, Yevgeny Jean Nicotine, Alex Nolan, Kyle Noonan, Erica Dawn Norling, Brian O'Connor, Michael O'Hara, Sean O'Neill, Greg Oberle, Brian O'Connor, Patrick O'Connor.
Sean O'Neill, Casey Ortiz, Douglas John Park Jr., Kaylee Park, Justin Parsons, Daniel Peckham, Matthew Peckham, Maureen Ann Villo Perez, Johnny Perna, Joshua Perry, Stephen J. Pesci Jr., Timothy Scott Pfeiffer, Jacob Michael Phelps, Michael Phillips, Matthew Piazza, Bree Pinkham, Jessica Deidre Plant, Tommy Plevin, Teresa Poira, Jay Pransky, Robbie Prey, Julie Ann Price, Linda Progan, Lisa Pruhl, Alyssa Justine Rakowski, and Haley Bradwell.
Julia Raposa, Joseph Reed, Joseph Reardon, Victor Restaino, Kyle E. Richards, Christina Rivera, Josh Rivers, Cassidy Roberts, Robert Robson, Ian Roderick, Jenny Rogers, Ryan Rogers, Paul Rowland, Donnie Rolliston, Suzanne Rooney, Jennifer Roper, Dominic Rosa, Philip Rosa, Vincent Rosa, Andrew Ross, Greg Rossiter, Stuart Rothman, Jimmy Rouse, Michael Rudak, Angie Ryder, Rebecca Salesi.
Leonel Salvador, Jessica Marie Santos, Justin Saunders, Emmett Scannell, Joseph Scarpone, Christopher Schultz, Brad Shaw, Brian Schwab, Daniel Patrick Schwartz, Billy Scott, Charlie Shaw, Matthew Shea, Jen Schunan, Cheryl Siegel, Greg Siegel, Jeffrey Silva, Megan Silva, Brandon Semmett, Brittany Slavican, Richard Smith, Kyra Rose Smith, Tori Smoggle, Michael Sparks, Deborah Splain, Paul Anthony St. Andrew, Eddie Stafford.
John Stapin, Catherine Steele, Jane Steinberg, Amy Steiner, John Steiner, Benjamin Stevens, Christopher Stevens, Billy Stewart, Jessica Stone, Hannah Strauss, Samantha Sullivan, Dana Supernant, David Sweet, Christopher Swindell, Jonathan Leonard Tester, Chuck Tebow, Mary Tebow, Joan Therian, Shay Therian, Rick Tyne, Sarah Teagan, Margaret D. Timothy, Scott Tobin, Nicholas Mark Tedisco, Anthony James Tedisco, Ryan Trent.
Michelle Christine Trenter, Ryan Troy Tripp Jr., Arthur Tucker, Meredith Tucker, Dana Valentin, Victor Veron, Craig Vivian, Kyle Vivian, Anthony Favilo, Brian Walsh, Jeff Wenkus, Danny Wabiscus, Michael Wheaton, Ryan Weatherwax, Andrew Wilder, Bobby Weissman, Arthur Wood III, Kathleen Wyman, Jonathan Zabo, Mark Zips, Casey, Polly, Sheehan, and Tina.
Sarah Hubauer, Brent May Beard, Patrick Morrissey, Jesse D'Amelio, Carlo Sicoccio, Shay Downs, Roger Cootie Jr., Griffin Meehan, Edward Andrew Comadrill, Jared Donahue, Thomas Hart. For those in recovery, Ashley Ferroni, Matt Martell, Jessica Danuccio.
Bear with me for 1 second. At this time, John Murphy will now sing a song that he rewrote and sang at Justin's services. John?
Whereas this is the 10th anniversary that we have done this. Just a little story behind it. We do have the lyrics and the story behind it over there on the table. But just a little bit of background. This is a song that we have turned into an anthem, basically our battle cry. to address this. And it was all due to Marie here, who her favorite song was the Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen. And she wanted to hear it sung for Justin at the Mass and at the burial, but we had to modify the lyrics for it to become more appropriate. So we want to keep Justin in our thoughts and prayers during this song, but everyone else who has also lost loved ones. This is our anthem for you and for all that's in recovery and everybody who is trying to do everything they can to help. We stand together here as one. The battle that we have begun will let the whole world know we are ready to take this fight up for our sons, our daughters, and then everyone can take comfort in a spoken hallelujah. 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 We never understood their pain. We never had to play that game of life and death and searching for an answer to satisfy their constant hell, to break out of the devil's spell that never knew the peace of hallelujah. 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 With love we stand by candlelight. There is no wrong and there is no right. There's only hope and faith in compassion. And maybe there will come a day when all the sorrow goes away and tears of joy will be singing hallelujah. 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 And so we go into the night and wake up in the morning light with a mission to go on and do better. And those who are waiting in the wings, from peasants to the richest kings, will join in and will sing hallelujah. 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 Thank you so much.
Thank you, John. I want to God bless you all, and may you find peace. Good night.